This is so weird. So, as everyone might know, RADIATE has come to a little bit of a standstill in the past couple of months. Me and Vanessa have been going through a lot of things, like personally, emotionally, just general life, you know, and for some reason, like, RADIATE kind of got pushed to the back. However, it's a new year. Happy New Year to all of our followers. It's a new year, so like I personally feel, I think Vanessa feels as well, a lot more motivated, a lot more ready and encouraged, and not fearing the world to just like get RADIATE back up again and really and truly fulfill God's plan. I'm currently filming on my phone, so I'm currently in Holborn. I've just got a few hours to kill before work, so I just took a little walk from the coffee shop to this little park thing. People are watching me film and it's really weird, but I need to get over my fear. So I just want to talk about my struggles recently, where I've been and why I personally haven't filmed any videos. So as you guys all know, Vanessa is at university, and I'm still in London. I'm going to university this year by the grace of God, and so we are not likely to film a lot of videos together in the coming months up until summertime. There might be like one or two if we can get to meet up in the half term or whatever, but with exams coming along, I don't know how that's gonna happen. But basically, yeah, so it's all down to individual videos at the moment for now. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have not had any motivation to film, like, whatsoever. There's a guy approaching me now and I have a feeling he's gonna come and stop talking to me. I can't remember what I was saying now because I had to interrupt the video. Oh yeah, so I think I was talking about why I haven't been filming. So what can I say? Where can I start? I think I want to start down to like literally October time, which is when everything started to go downhill for my personal life. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've literally been struggling. Like, I've actually been struggling, and the reason why I don't mind talking about it is because the whole purpose of this YouTube channel is to be real, to be raw, and to be 100% like open. I'm not gonna tell my whole life story, but to a certain extent, it's for me and Vanessa to use this as a platform to show our journey, share our journey with Christ, and the trials and tribulations that come along the way, which are very real, very, very real. Although being a believer, being a follower of Christ is the most amazing experience in the world, and I would never ever, like, oh my God, dropping my phone, it's already smashed. I would literally never change getting saved for anything, but it is the hardest thing I've ever had to go through, and it gets harder every day, but it gets more rewarding, it gets more amazing. The testimonies that keep coming up in my life are amazing. So let's go back to October time, and I basically, this is the end of October. There's some stuff happening in my personal life with me and my family members and in my household. Things were just going down, and I had a lot of things to deal with, like a lot of pressure on me personally to get certain things done that I didn't know were possible for me to do. And it was just all a bit of like, why me? Like, why does the responsibility always fall on me when I'm the child, not the parent? And so it was quite hard for me to have to like deal with those things and be in a position of like being the adult for a while, whilst having to deal with work and college work and A-levels and all of that stuff that is already on my plate. And so I found myself like spiraling down back into the emotions that I used to feel before I got saved. So the depression, the anxiety, it started all coming back to me, and I had this familiar feeling of like just being depressed. And I was so, like, honestly, when I tell you, like, I literally almost hit rock bottom again. And there was a week where I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't come to college. I came to college like once. I didn't speak to anyone. I didn't even speak to Vanessa. Vanessa was like, what is going on? Like, honestly, it was just horrific. And I remember coming to, I think I had a meeting at church, and like I was in my youth pastor's car, and I just started crying. And like to be honest, I just thank God for those times, because even though at the time I was just like, why am I going through this? Like, why? Like, Lord, like, I've had enough. Like, I've been through this before. I need to just stop. It needs to stop. Blah blah blah. And I was just questioning God, as we do. And then I realised, well, it took me quite a while to realize. It took me like 2 months to realise, like, fully, that the reasons why these things were happening, and the lessons that I had to learn from them. One of them being that I have to be selfish, not in like a malicious way, but I need to put myself first before like anything else, and not let the situations that I go through in my home life like drag me back, because at the end of the day I'm living my life for God and for myself, and not for anyone else. So yes, now how did I deal with those feelings, you ask? I can't lie to you, it was a struggle. Like, I would literally, it went to that stage where I was eating really bad again. Like, I go, when I'm in that kind of mood, I just eat absolute crap for like ages, put on weight again, my face broke out like no man's business. When I told you the skin that I was experiencing, it was honestly horrific. Like, even now, my skin, like, obviously I'm wearing makeup at the moment and you can't see the extent of the breakout, but it's literally so bad, and I tried so many things to clear it up. I'm still working on it, but that's not the point of this video. So what I was saying was, like, honestly, the way that I was feeling, like, I started having panic attacks. I started not wanting to see people, not wanting to go out and leave my house, not even to go to college. Like, I would just be at there was like days when I just didn't come to college, and I just stayed in my bed doing absolutely nothing. I wasn't doing any work, I wasn't doing any anything productive. I didn't want to film videos, I didn't want to do, like, honestly, I felt like absolute crap. And it's really, really hard to be able to put yourself on a platform such as YouTube when you're here, like, preaching the word of God and saying that, oh, you have to have faith, everything's going to be amazing, God is good, which I already know. But then I don't, like, at the time I wasn't advocating and practicing what I preach. Like, it's so easy to be that person that, like, tells everyone that God is good and tells everyone that God is going to do this for you and do that for you, which is true. But then it's harder when you're going through stuff and you can't see that yourself. So that's why I felt like I personally could not put myself on YouTube and be, like, encouraging people when I couldn't even encourage and motivate myself, if that makes any sense. So, and I feel like Vanessa went through her own and is going through her own struggles at university. When I tell you guys, university is a different world. Like, I'm not even there yet, and I can just see the effects, positive and negative, that it's had on my friends so far. So, but Vanessa will make her own video talking about her own struggles, I believe. I don't know what she's going to do. But so we basically just felt like I personally felt I had disconnected from God in my time of struggle. Not because I wanted to, but because I automatically went back into that depression mode, where those feelings I had were in the past, were when I didn't have God. And so it was so easy for me to continue to experience those feelings without God, if that makes sense, and not call to God for help, and rather try and find my own strength and my own ability to get out of that situation, get out of that mood, get out of that slump. And I couldn't do it. I'm so sorry, I could not do it. And now I have, well, to a certain extent. There are still days when I feel like crap. There's still days when I'm just not with it, but I'm working on it. And I think my, like, main goal for the year, my main aim and personal goal is to work on myself, and not like just saying it openly, but genuinely, like, work with God on my mental health. Because what I feel like recently, and I've been seeing it quite a lot in the past, like, since I've been saved, is that mental health, first of all, no one likes to talk about it. Nobody, unless you have, like, a friend that's going through the same thing and you talk to them about it, then yeah. But as a general thing, no one likes to talk about mental health. And it's quite sad, because people think that when you have God on your side, you don't have the right to go through things that affect your mental health. You don't have the right to go through depression or anxiety because you have God. And I don't think that's fair, because you can't control, you can't really control, to a certain extent, what you go through and how you feel, and how, well, you can, but the initial, like, spiraling into that stage is very hard to control when you're not using God as your strength. And so I just felt like I was in a place where nobody understood me. Like my parents, my dad in particular, started to figure out that something was going on, because obviously I wasn't going to lessons, and I just felt like crap. I've said this so many times, but I wasn't going to lessons, I wasn't eating properly, I was eating too much, whatever I was doing, I wasn't speaking to people, I wasn't going out. I even called in sick to work, and it was so hard for me to explain to my dad what was going on. Bearing in mind, I've never spoken to my dad about like very personal things. I've never spoken to him about mental health struggles and having had depression before, and I've never spoken to my parents about that. Firstly, because they're quite traditional parents, they're quite old school, they're foreign, my parents are not English, and they just don't get it. They do not understand, and I feel like it's okay for them to not understand, but it makes it so much harder on me to be able to like explain to them why I'm not going to lessons, or why I don't feel like going to lessons, or whatever, like stuff like that. And it made it really, really hard for me to overcome this phase of struggle that I went through recently. And it looks like I'm crying, but I'm really not. It's actually really cold in London. It is literally like 1 degree at the moment, and my hands are freezing. As you can see, my hands are so red. But yeah, so it just made it really, really hard to talk about anything to my dad. And I remember, like, at the point of breakdown, this was, I don't remember when this was, at the point of breakdown, I literally, at like 2 in the morning, I was at his house, I was crying like I've never cried before, and I just sent him the massivest email, like, that's not even a word, I just sent him a really, really, really long email about how I feel, how I felt, that I have depression, that I have anxiety. I'm not claiming it in the mighty name of Jesus, I rebuke it, but obviously I went through it at the time, and I'm still recovering from parts of it. And I just sent him this massive email, bearing in mind he has absolutely no clue that I'd ever been through anything like that before. And I remember him waking up in the morning, and he literally like was in tears because he had no clue, and it was so sad. But I felt so happy that I'd let it off my chest and I'd let it go. And so one thing I encourage everyone to do is, if there's people around you that are the close, like, not, I'm not saying everyone, but people that are close to you, so people like your parents, people like your sisters, your brothers, or just anyone that is really, really, really close to you and really, really concerned, let them into what is going through your head. Like, I found that my biggest and my hardest struggle is letting people in, and I seem to be that kind of person that only lets people in once it's gotten too far, once the situation has gotten too deep, once I'm already halfway in, do you know what I mean? And rather than letting them know in the beginning when they can do something about it, not necessarily to just get rid of it, but to support me, to help me, to be that person to talk to me. And I've never seen, it's not like I've never seen the benefits of doing that. I've never felt comfortable enough, and I'm also one of those people that I don't want to worry you. Like, if I'm going through stuff, like, I'll still be there for you, and I won't tell you that I'm going through stuff. And I'm always like that. I don't like worrying people, I don't like burdening people with my problems, I don't like sort of just getting that pity that I don't know, I've just always been like that. And eventually I open up to people, and eventually I tell them what I'm going through, but it's always like halfway down the line when I've already like cried for 3 weeks, and I've already missed all my lessons, and I'm already halfway in that stage. So I think the point of this video is just to let everyone know that it's okay to go through struggle. It is okay to have that time to shut off from the world and just work on yourself. Now, what I want to achieve from this year with the help of God is to really, really work on myself, like put myself first in every situation, make sure that I'm prioritizing myself, my mental health, my well-being, my emotions, my, like, everything I'm prioritizing for myself. Because at the end of the day, if you don't work on yourself and if you don't put yourself first, who are you living for? You're not living for anyone else, and your quality of life and what you get out of this world and what you get out of this life is going to be so much more limited if you don't allow yourself to truly, like, fully be the best version of yourself that you can be. And just in general, I just feel like God has created a life for us to live and be happy, and not for us to live and dwell in depression and live and dwell in those struggles. And for me, I just feel like I need to put myself first. And so the few steps that I've taken to get out of this, like, depression permanently. Like, the reason why I say permanently is because before, if you guys watch my testimony video, I spoke about how I dealt with depression for about 2 years, and I thought that I'd got out of it, like, once I got saved. And I genuinely did feel like that at the time. I was a lot more happier. I was not like feeling the way that I've been feeling recently. And but then all of a sudden, like, it comes back, and I feel like I've noticed that my depression comes in phases. So when something goes on, like, say for example there's like family problems or whatever, or something happens, and all of a sudden I spiral back into that depression mode, and then I get out of it after a couple months, and then I'm all good for a few months, and then I go back in, and it's just like up down, and I don't want that. Like, what I want is a continuous cycle of going up, like, and just going up and not coming back down, which is why I say I really want to get rid of my depression permanently. I personally don't think that you can like completely get rid of it, because I feel like in life everyone goes through some form of depression. Depression is a very like big word, it's a very sinister word, but when you think about it, there'll always be like, some people they go through it for like a week, some people it's like a year. And so I just feel like there's never going to be a time in your life where for the rest of your life you're never going to be in a stage where you don't feel 100% fulfilled. So what I want out of this year, out of 2017, is to just be able to live life, and with God on my side, with his strength, with his power, with his ability that I know he's capable of, and to just progress in my personal growth and not have to relapse and not have to go back. Because I feel like what has happened to me in the past couple of months is that before, my spiritual growth with God, and also my personal growth like emotionally and whatever, was doing really, really well, and all of a sudden it's backslided. And once you backslide, it is so much harder to get out of it. I'm telling you guys, it is so much harder. So some of the few things that I've like started off trying is first of all, I have referred myself to a counsellor. My college offers counselling services, and I, like, my form tutor and like some of my friends have advised counselling for me, because they feel like I don't talk about my problems in time, and then it gets too much. And so I was like, the issue that I've, not the issue, but the caution and the sort of like, the reason why I've never wanted to try counselling before is that as a believer, as a Christian, a lot of the time when people give me advice, it's very much scripture based, it's very much God based, and the advice that they give me is obviously from a Christian and a faith based angle. And so I felt like most of the time counsellors don't give you that angle, they just give you like general life advice, non-religious, non-Christian, like at all, unless you obviously refer yourself to a Christian counsellor. But the ones that aren't, I just have never understood or never seen fit, or never thought that there would be value in advice from an individual that doesn't believe in God or doesn't put God in their advice, if that makes any sense. So I felt like, because I'm a believer, I need advice that is God-centered, or whatever. But I just thought, do you know what, let me just try it, because at the end of the day, if you don't try it, you'll never know whether it works for you or not. I've had one session so far, and it was very weird. It was a very weird experience. Like, this woman, she's so nice and she's so cute, but it was just such a weird experience talking to someone about my life that I have never met before, that has no idea who I am, that like literally doesn't have a clue of my history or anything like that. And it was just very weird, but it was actually quite refreshing. Like, it was very hard. It was very, very hard for me to open up to this woman and to start like talking to her, but in the end I got there. I'm getting there. So I'm going to continue counselling for a couple more sessions, and I'll probably update everyone like once I've like really really given it a try, because I don't want to like give an opinion on it now if I haven't really like tried it. The other thing that I've started to do is journaling, which is basically, if you guys know, I love stationery, I love books, I love notebooks, I love stuff like that. So I just thought, do you know what, let me just try it. So I went and bought myself a notebook, like a really nice one. And what I do is sometimes after church, or like when I just have like an hour free in my week, normally before work or something, I just go to Starbucks or wherever, and I just sit down and I just write about what I feel, I just write about my prayers, I just talk to God. And it's just that personal reflection time with yourself, with your thoughts, with God, and with nothing else in the way. I put some worship music on, and I just really take time to think about what is bugging me, what is affecting me, what is it that I'm not happy about, or what I'm grateful for, whatever. And it's been quite helpful, I'm not gonna lie. It's been so much fun just taking time to myself and literally spending time to myself. Like right now, for example, I just spent a few hours in Starbucks just chilling, and now I'm walking around, and I'm just like, I've really understood the value of enjoying your own company, of spending time on your own, and I'm really getting to know myself, getting to know what it is that I need to work on, what it is that I have issues with, what it is that I need to talk to God about, my prayers and all of that, and just really like reflecting on my life. So that's basically one of the other things that I've been trying to do. And also gym, and like just generally keeping active and doing stuff. I'm the kind of person that once, like, in order for me to get out of a depressive slump, I need to do stuff. Like, I cannot sit in my house and just stay there, because I will cry. Like, I will literally find something to cry about. I will just, like, it will just make it worse. So I'm the kind of person that I need to get out, I need to be active, I need to, even if it's just to walk around London for a bit, or if it's just to go to work, meet up with some friends, go to a library and do some work. Like, I just need to stay active. So that's one of the things that's been helping me recently, is just getting back into the flow of just doing stuff for myself. And also going to the gym. I recently started the gym again. I'm one of those people that goes to the gym for like a month and then I quit and then I go back again. But this time I'm really just taking it slow and easing myself into it, so that I don't get bored of it and that I don't just like tire myself out. And so I have really loved going to the gym. I just think it's so much fun. It's not even just for health purposes, like I actually just enjoy it, although I am trying to like become generally more healthy this year. So yeah, those are the few things that I've been doing to try and get myself, and obviously like reflecting with God and taking time to read my Bible, taking time to do some Bible study, prayer in my own, and worship like on my own when I'm at home. It's actually been quite helpful, and I think one of my other aims this year is to really build a relationship with God that I don't backslide from. And I think obviously I'm going to university this year in September, so I need to make sure that once I enter that university, my relationship with God is as strong as it can be, because like I don't want to enter a completely new environment full of temptation, full of new experiences, new people, like completely different place, completely different city. I don't want to do that having not got God on my side and not having that really strong bond with him, because like when your relationship with God is not strong and you enter that kind of environment, that is when you'll backslide the most. So that's another thing that I wanted to do this year. And yeah, so I will be making videos for RADIATE, do some Bible study, some general like discussions, topics, whatever, Q&As about being a Christian, anything like that. If you guys have any video requests, or just any suggestions of what you want me to film, let me know. I'm gonna try my best to do about 2 videos a month. I don't want to say I'm gonna do 1 video a week, because I don't want to say that I'm gonna do something and then if stuff gets in the way, not do it. Obviously exam, I need to go and meet my friend, so I'm getting up and walking and talking. I need to focus on my exams. I've got 4 A-levels to complete, which are all linear, so all my exams are this year, including my AS exams. So obviously like things are going to get a lot harder over the next couple of months in terms of my time. So I don't want to say I'm going to film a video every single week, because I'm not going to lie to you, it's not going to happen. But when I can, when God is motivating me to do so, I shall. And I just hope that like I can use YouTube as a platform to really like express all those dogs, to really just not express but like use the life that God has given me to motivate others, and let them know that you can do it. You can do it. You can get out of whatever situation you're in, and you can truly live a God-driven, purposeful life. So yeah, I am gonna go because I need to go, and I'm about to enter the underground, and people are literally watching me like, what is this girl doing? Honestly, I've never filmed a video outside before like this. and it's really weird, and I'm filming it on my phone. But literally, I'm the kind of person that if I feel like I need to do something, I'm just going to do it. So like right now, I really felt like filming a video and just sitting down and having a chat. And if I didn't like do it, I would have just been angry. And then later on, when I would have had another time to film it, it wouldn't have been as like authentic, you know those ones. I don't even know what kind of angles we're experiencing and what camera and voice quality either, because I'm filming this on my phone because I don't carry my big DSLR camera around, although I do need to get a small one, but there's no money in the bank, guys. It's a broke life out here. So yeah, I'm gonna go because this video is getting long. How is it 20 minutes? You know what, yeah, I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna sit down and film a 5-minute video, and then it turns out to be like bloody half an hour. But I hope you guys suck it out to the end, and I'll see you guys soon. Good to be back, and yeah, God bless you guys. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and yeah, peace. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. You know the drill. Bye.